So I was just saying, like, there's no one thing I can share. There's no like one little cute tip or trick. Like, I don't believe in cute tips and tricks. I don't, that's not what I'm about. That's not what you're going to get from me. And I mean, yeah, I have a video on center yourself more. It sounds nice, but for it to really be impactful, for it to really make a difference, there needs to be such a broader understanding of it needs to be within a context of healing and freedom and sovereignty and believing in Hashem's revealed goodness and surrendering and letting go of attachments. And there's like, it's like a whole picture. And anything that doesn't even at least attempt to give like a broader picture, a broader paradigm shift, it doesn't do it justice. Like it doesn't work. So my answer to you of now what? My answer to you here is going to be, unfortunately, a little bit abstract, but I hope it's meaningful anyway, which is that the now what is to decide if you're done with gullus conditioning and gullus consciousness, and you're done with the smallness, and if you're ready to step into and explore and work through a reality that is freer, it is more joyful, it is more whole, but it requires going into the midbar. It requires like a whole new world. We like to say, I mean, we all know 80% of the Jews didn't leave Mitzrayim. Why? Because the midbar was completely unfamiliar territory. And like, how do you survive in the midbar? Like, on what? There's no like bed and breakfast in the midbar. There's no makolet in the midbar. Like, I mean, I know people used to somehow travel through the desert, but like, it's the unknown, and the unknown is so scary. And so it really takes like a decision of, I'm done with what's familiar, I'm done with what's kept me safe, and I'm ready to explore the unknown. I'm ready to go into the midbar with Hashem and say, close the door and give a hard no to what is making me miserable and keeping me and my husband stuck, even though, say a hard no to that, even though I don't yet know what the new path is. And honestly, nobody knows exactly what the path is going to be for each individual person. It's everyone needs to, on some level, pioneer their own individual path together with Hashem. But Hashem has messengers. I am, for some women, Hashem's messenger to help guide and support and give clarity and guidance. And there are so many other messengers of Hashem that can support you. But as much as women say, like, oh my gosh, I'm so done with this, like, I'm so done with this, to actually be done with it requires a certain level of courage and faith that is not so comfortable. And for those that want to take that path, I'm here, and next week I will share different ways that you can learn with me in terms of learning the paradigm shift that I can offer. But whether you feel called to work with me or not, just for you to know that it starts with you deciding, I'm done with this. Because for as long as you can accept the way it is, then in a way, like, that's what you're a match for. Like, I don't mean this in a judgmental way, but it's just, nothing's going to change unless something changes. And we don't get what we want, we get what we are. And so if a woman is a person that can tolerate the dysfunction that she's been living with, then she will continue to experience the dysfunction that she's living with. But I guess what I want to challenge you right now is, can you give a hard no to your current situation, even though you don't know what the now what looks like? Like, can you leave your Mitzrayim in your mind and just say, like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, this marriage as it is not working for me, without collapsing into fear that, oh, this means divorce. No, it doesn't have to mean divorce if you don't want it to mean divorce. But it does mean that you have to go into the midbar with Hashem guiding you one step in front of the other, and allow him to say, now what? And if I'm meant to be a shaliach on your path through the midbar, then you will feel called to that when I share different ways that women could work with me. And there's different ways. But I know it doesn't have to be me. But what I do know is that it has to be in partnership with Hashem. And the only way for that to be real, and not just like, oh yeah, like I'm partnering with Hashem. Like, the only way for that to be real is if you're able to say no to your current marriage, the state of your current marriage, to a level that scares you a little. Like, it needs to make you uncomfortable. Not so terrifying that you collapse and you're like, having night sweats, but you need to feel uncomfortable. It needs to be like, oh my gosh, like I'm leaving the familiar and I don't know where I'm going and I don't know now what. But I trust that Hashem knows the now what. And my job is to decide to be the 20% that left. Mirz Hashem, this time around will be 100%, but in comparison to, if we're relating it back to the story of Mitzrayim, like deciding to be the courageous 20% that can give a hard no to what doesn't work, even though you don't have your now what clearly laid out for you at this point. And for those of you who your now what journey includes me, I am excited to get to know you in the future.